So you've made the decision to move or relocate to Lago Vista, or maybe you're considering it. Well, in this video, I'm going to talk about things like the location, what's around it. I'm going to go into cost of living. I'm going to go into some of the housing and what you can expect with that. I'll also touch on some of the fun things like the outdoor activities and the strong sense of community. And I might even, you know what, I'll dive into what it would be like if you had to commute from Lago Vista to Austin or some of the surrounding areas as well. So if you want to know more, stay tuned. So Lago Vista is going to be located in Travis County, and it is situated on the north shore of Lake Travis. For those of you that don't know, Lake Travis is a really popular destination for boating and water sports. I mean, when the weather turns warm, people hit the water almost immediately. You'll even see some people out there when the water's cold, which for me,
no way.
But Lake Travis tends to be pretty popular, which makes Lago Vista a great place to live if you want to be near the water or maybe living on the water. Vista is going to be a little bit higher than the national average for cost of living. Now, the thing about that though is that pretty much everywhere around Austin is going to be maybe a little bit higher just because there's so much going on here, there's so many people here, and things are just a little bit more expensive than you'll find as for the national average. Now, in terms of more of a local scale, Lago Vista is actually going to be a little bit more affordable than some of the other cities in the area. So that's good to know. If you're going to be living in Lago Vista, great place to live. It's not super expensive. If you go across the lake and you go into Lakeway, things get significantly higher priced. So if you're looking to be near the water and you're kind of looking at both of those, just know that Lago Vista is going to be a little bit more affordable, and Lakeway is going to be it's going to be a lot higher. I mean, things are just more expensive there. Before I get into the housing, if you guys are looking to move to the area, or if you have any questions and you want to reach out and kind of check it out, and maybe you're considering Lago Vista or any other area around Austin, give us a call, text, email, nights, days, weekends, doesn't matter. We'd love to hear from you guys. We are licensed agents here in the state of Texas, and we would love to help you with any and all of your real estate needs. So as far as housing in Lago Vista actually offers a variety of housing types. You're going to find waterfront properties, golf course properties, single family homes, and even like your townhouse condo type units. One of the things that is important to note is if you're looking for a new build in Lago Vista, because there are a couple builders out there, it's not like your typical subdivision where they take a huge chunk of land and they divide it all up and they start building houses. The builders in that area, just because of the terrain and how the city's laid out, they actually buy lots at different locations throughout the city and build their homes on them. So a little bit different than what you're going to find going into your normal master plan community. Right now, as far as prices for homes, you're going to find that there's homes priced in the 200s, the 300s, the 400s, the 500s, the 600s, all the way up to $1 million plus. One of the things to note though is that, The average, you're looking at about $350 to $400. That would be like the average price for a home right now in Lago Vista. That does change, of course, with the market, but right now, you guys, I mean, you can get a pretty decent home for $350,000, $400,000. So climate, when you're moving into Lago Vista, know that it's going to be subtropical, humid, warm temperatures for most of the year. Summer it gets pretty hot, and winters are generally pretty mild. There are thunderstorms that roll through the area, so if that's something that freaks you out or something you don't like, just expect it. I mean, you should expect there to be thunderstorms. There's pretty much 2 times a year where they come in really heavy, and that's usually during the weather changes. So when it goes from winter to spring, you start getting some thunderstorms, and when it goes from spring to fall, you can get some more thunderstorms. When that south and the north, the winds, when they clash. Yeah, I'm not going to explain thunderstorms. You guys know what I'm talking about, though. As far as outdoor activities, this is the fun stuff. But real quick, before we do that, if you guys are finding this video helpful, please hit the thumbs up button for me, hit the subscribe button, and tap that notification bell so you'll be notified when we release future videos. Now let's get back to the good stuff. So outdoors, there's a lot to do. I mean, there is a lot to do in Lago Vista. You got the golf courses, you've got the lake right there. So if you're into the water sports, I mean, most of the communities right around the lake, they may not be right on the water. The home may not be right on the water, but usually there's a boat ramp with private access for that community for you to go take your boat into the lake. So with the outdoor activities, if you're into hiking and biking, plenty of opportunities. It's got a very nature feel to it. A lot of the landscape is going to be, you're going to just look around, there's trees and there's green and there's flowers. A Balcones National Wildlife Refuge nearby, so if you're into bird watching or even more hike and bike trails, you're going to find that. Some of the communities out there have built-in hiking trails. I'd say hike and bike. You could bike it, I guess, too, but like walking or hiking trails that kind of keep the nature feel as you're walking around. So it's very, very quiet, very peaceful. One of the cool things I like about Lago Vista is the fact that they have a law that you can't have streetlights in certain areas to keep the natural starlight, if you will, to keep that. So if you're into watching the stars, great place to go do that at. And if you're living there, get your telescope. For those of you that are moving to the area with kiddos, or maybe you want to buy a house that's going to have good schools around it to keep your resale value up, Lago Vista, they get pretty good ratings. If you go check out niche.com or greatschools.org, you can read about those. you'll see that they rate pretty high. People seem to be happy with the school district and what they're doing out there. So definitely getting a thumbs up on that one. So as far as the local economy in Lago Vista, being on the water, I mean, tourism is a big thing, right? You're going to have people coming in from all over the place to get into the lake, and Lake Travis being as popular as it is, it's just going to happen every summer. The other thing out there is you got healthcare and manufacturing. So if you're into those fields, there may be opportunities for you. If you're going to be commuting, which we'll talk about here in a couple minutes, I mean, still just know what's coming to the city. I'm for the longest time, Lago Vista, and I'll just tell you the story behind it. For the longest time, Lago Vista was a retirement community, and it was kind of where people went when they're retired. They wanted the quiet, peaceful, living by the water, the lake life, right? It's become more popular, so there are more people moving in. There are more families moving in. You're going to see there's not a whole lot of space for growth as far as land is concerned, because they are by the water and it's very, very, very hilly. So it makes it kind of hard for that. But it's still growing a little bit, and you're still going to find that maybe it's not quite the quiet retirement town it used to be. I have heard from clients that have moved there that there's some pretty rocking and rolling nights, like people having a good time. Nothing crazy, nothing like you see on the news about Austin or downtown Austin with all that nonsense. Just not as quiet as it used to be, I guess is the best way to sum that up. Community. Lago Vista is a very close-knit community with a strong sense of pride. There's several events throughout the year, including the annual 4th of July celebration, where they shoot fireworks over the lake. What better place to watch fireworks than right there by the water? Another thing they have is there's a Christmas celebration, and there's also Lago Fest. Lago Fest is an arts and music festival, and that happens right around this time of year in April. Definitely a good time. They got live music. You can go out there, hang out with your family, food trucks, all kinds of stuff. So if you're into community and that's something you want to be involved in, Lago Vista is a great place for that. Now the one that everybody wants to know about. And this is the one thing that stops people from moving there. Now, do I think it would stop me? No, it wouldn't stop me. But in the right circumstances, it could. So commuting. So Lago Vista is about 30 miles northwest of Austin. Now, if you're working in Austin, just realize that you're going to have to get around the water to get into Austin. So that can create a little bit of drive time for you. I know 30 miles doesn't sound like it's super far, but you add that drive time, there's construction. Just expect a little bit of congestion during the rush hour times. I mean, there's just no way around it. And unless actually, if you have a boat and you ride it across the lake, jump into your car on the other side, it may cut down some of that. Not much, but it may help a little bit. But generally speaking, you're going to run into traffic during certain times of the day. Now, during the during the middle of the day, like when I go out to Lago Vista, I typically go like late morning or to early afternoon, somewhere in that time frame. Real easy drive, real pretty drive, as a matter of fact, and in and out, no problem. But just know, if you're commuting, check out the area first, get an idea of what that's going to look like for you, and see if it's something you can do on a daily basis. Some people say, hey, you know what, living by the water, love it, don't care, I'll drive an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever it is. Not saying that that's how long it takes, don't take it the wrong way, but that's just their mentality on it. That's their attitude towards it. They're like, we don't care, we just want to be by the water, we like to have the easy access to the boat, the golf course. They just love the environment in Lago Vista. If you move into Austin, Texas, or anywhere around Austin, Texas, or if you have any questions, feel free, give us a call. Call, text, email, nights, days, weekends, doesn't matter. We'd love to hear from you guys. We'd love to help you with any and all of your real estate needs. Please subscribe to the channel. Tap the little notification bell so you'll be notified when we release future videos. Smash the thumbs up button for me. Remember, we got your back when you're moving to Austin, Texas. Until the next time, catch you later.